Viewers, Rahul Gandhi was scheduled to speak on the budget today, but he decided against doing so. Instead, he used his allotted time to launch an attack on the farm laws, on the central government, and on the Prime Minister's personage. It soon became apparent that in doing so, he didn't just deviate from the rule book of parliamentary practice, at least that's what was claimed in the House, but also the fact book. Conveniently forgetting his own party's 2019 manifesto, his own advocacy for corporate India, and most importantly, his own UPA government's alleged role in lining the pocket of corporate czars. Rahul sought to paint Modi as a prime minister committed to doing tukre, in his words, of the farmers, selling India out to his chosen do or two corporate cronies, and most importantly, of lying on the content and intent of the farm laws. Now first listen, viewers, to Rahul Gandhi as he rose today in Parliament to strike at the farm laws, Prime Minister Modi and his government.
पहले कानून का कंटेंट है कि कोई भी व्यक्ति देश में कहीं भी कितना भी अनाज, सब्जी, फल खरीद सकता है। जितना भी खरीदना चाहता है खरीद सकता है। तो अगर खरीदी देश में अनलिमिटेड खरीदी होगी तो मंडी में कौन जाएगा? मंडी में कौन जाके खरीदेगा? तो पहले कानून का कंटेंट मंडी को खत्म करने का है। इसका लक्ष्य मंडी को खत्म करने का है। दूसरे कानून का कंटेंट क्या है कि बड़े से बड़े उद्योगपति जितना भी अनाज, जितना भी फल, जितनी भी सब्जी स्टोर करना चाहते हैं वो स्टोर कर सकते हैं। कोई लिमिट नहीं, जितना वो होल्ड करना चाहते हैं कर सकते हैं। दूसरे कानून का कंटेंट एसेंशियल कमोडिटीज एक्ट को खत्म करने का। दूसरे कानून का कंटेंट जमाखोरी को अनलिमिटेड तरीके से हिंदुस्तान में चालू करने का। अब तीसरा भी कानून है। तीसरा कानून का कंटेंट जब एक किसान हिंदुस्तान के सबसे बड़े उद्योगपति के सामने जाकर अपने अनाज के लिए, अपनी सब्जी के लिए, अपने फल के लिए सही दाम मांगे तो उसे अदालत में नहीं जाने दिया जाएगा। जब किसान अपने अनाज के लिए सही दाम मांगने जाएगा तो जिसके पास स्टोरेज की मोनोपोली होगी वो मार्केट में अनाज डालेगा और किसान से कम पैसे में खरीद करेगा। देश की जो रीढ़ की हड्डी है, किसान, मजदूर, छोटे दुकानदार, व्यापारी, उस रीढ़ की हड्डी को तोड़ के टुकड़े करके दो मित्रों को दे दो। जब ये कानून लागू होंगे तो जो इस देश के किसान हैं, इस देश के मजदूर हैं, छोटे व्यापारी हैं, इनका धंधा बंद हो जाएगा। इनमें से किसानों की खेत चली जाएगी, किसान को सही दाम नहीं मिलेगा, छोटे दुकानदारों की दुकान बंद हो जाएगी और सिर्फ दो लोग, हम दो और हमारे दो इस देश को चलाएंगे।
The BJP was of course quick to hit back at the Congress side for his brand of MSP, or as the BJP puts it, myth, spin and propaganda. Listen to this, viewers.
मैं मैं समझ सकता हूं कि बजट पर उनकी तैयारी नहीं थी, बजट पर तैयारी नहीं थी सर, माना जा सकता है। लेकिन ना वो बजट के समय पूरे समय उपस्थित थे,
आप बजट पर चर्चा करें,
ना बाकी सदन में रहने की आदत है सर।
मैंने बता दिया।
कुछ लोग सदन में भी कम रहते हैं और देश में भी कम रहते हैं, उसका खामियाजा यही होता है सर। और अभी भी जा रहे हैं सर, अभी भी जा रहे हैं।
So viewers, did Rahul deliver, as the BJP says, a double dose of MSP, which is myth, spin and propaganda? Now here are some hard facts, viewers. Rahul says laws are schemed to destroy mandis or markets, wholesale markets where you can procure. The state can too from the farmer. The fact is that PM assured neither has the mandi shut nor the MSP stopped. This was said very categorically on February 10th. Let's look at the other one. Government plotting to end MSP. That's the other claim. Government's MSP paddy procurement has risen as of November 2020 to 20.25%, viewers. In fact, it's increased. Procurement under MSP has increased. We are talking about as of November 2020. Punjab alone has 69.73% of the total procurement has been seen in Punjab itself. The other claim, farmers being denied a right to appeal if those that are doing business with them renege on their contracts. The farmers will have no right to appeal. Well, a 3-level dispute resolution mechanism has been written into the laws for the farmers. They can appeal to the SDM, then district collector, and finally the High Court, and of course, above that, the Supreme Court. Then there has been the claim that Modi is doing Kisan ke tukre tukre, that Modi is out to destroy, as Rahul Gandhi says, the reed ki haddi or backbone of India. The fact is that in just budget 2021, 16.5 lakh crore hike in agricultural credit target in just the budget, viewers. There are other allocations. 40,000 crore allocation to Rural Infra Development Fund, 5,000 crore additional allocation for Micro Irrigation Fund, 22 products instead of 3 under Operation Green Scheme, and obviously, viewers, all the other supports that the farmers are getting through PM Kisan, etc., are continuing in place. There's even a crop insurance scheme. There are several other schemes that are out there benefiting the farmer. So, how is the farmer being destroyed or made into tukre tukre? Can't understand. Farm laws, Rahul Gandhi says, are to benefit hum do and hamare do. What he means is the two in government and their two in business, which is Adani Ambani. Now, viewers, on October 18, 2008, FCI, the Food Corporation of India, made a deal with Adani Agro to set up silos for 20 years. Rana Kapoor's Yes Bank has been listed as the Rajiv Gandhi Fund's donor in 2016-17. Choksi's Naviraj Estate donated 10 lakhs to the Rajiv Gandhi Fund in 2014-15. Both these, incidentally, are being probed by the ED. 36 lakhs, 50,000 crores bad loans waived off by the UPA between 2005 and 2013. And of course, in the Colgate scam, certain people were favored, out of turn, due process was not followed. This is what the 2017 trial court has even said about the Colgate scam. It's on your screens, viewers. And let's not forget the Congress party that has come under Rahul Gandhi to fear the corporates so much, fought tooth and nail against the Election Commission that wanted to proscribe corporate funding in polls. In fact, the figures are out there, viewers. There are big donations from corporates to the Congress party as far as poll funding is concerned. Most of this is undeclared. So, Rahul Gandhi has a problem with corporates but welcomes, or the Congress welcomes, funds from corporates to fight its elections. If this is not hypocrisy, then I don't know what is. If this is not propaganda, then I don't know what is. But let's open this up. I put out the facts there for you. Let's ask some questions. I want to bring in Ehtesham Hashmi. So let me ask you, simple question, Mr. Hashmi. The BJP says that Rahul is misleading farmers by showering upon them his brand of MSP. I've just taken you through a certain set of facts. And I want to ask you, sir, corporates are a big problem for you when it comes to the context of the farm laws. But funding, you were welcoming from corporates to fight polls. Can you explain this, sir? Mr. Hashmi, can you hear me?
Yes, please tell me.
I've just asked you the question.
Yes, loud and clear.
Have I left you stunned? The question is very simple, sir. The question is very simple. Your political party seems to have a problem with big corporates. FCI made a deal with Adani Agro to set up silos for 20 years in 2008. You were against the EC's proposal to ban direct corporate funding to fight elections. So you like their money. You just don't like it when it doesn't suit you.
My dear friend, I think you have not gone through these new farm bills. I'm going to tell you that Modi ji and BJP government is trying to give all the agriculture land to his new friend in chief. Like you have listened what Rahul Gandhi said in parliament, that hum do and hamara do are trying to destroy whole nation. And one of the most important and prominent drawbacks and negative point in farm bill is that now farmers will not have any access to the judicial forum and no lawyers will be entitled.
Where does it say it? Can you point it out to me? Where does it say it?
You go.
Should I show you? Should I show you? Should I show you the farm law, sir? Should I show you the farm law? Why don't you bring out whatever copy that you are relying on?
Please show it to me.
No, let's see it.
Read it yourself.
Let's see it, sir. Why? No, you show me. Since you're making the chart, show me where in the farm law does it say this?
You are senior journalist of this nation.
No, which clause?
You can't behave like a small school-going kid.
Mr. Hashmi,
I think you should go to this farm law. Then you can.
Are you on the same page? Are you on the same page of the farm law bill as I am? No, one second. You're making a very serious charge. Ehtesham Hashmi, you need to come out with this. I'm asking you.
You are indirectly trying.
Will you tell me that? No, will you tell me today? 1 second. I'm asking you a counter question. Mr. Hashmi, 1 minute. Listen to me. Please listen to me. Listen to me.
Yeah, please tell me.
Can you put your hand on the heart and say that the Congress party has never accepted political donations from Mr. Ambani? Can you put your hand on your heart and say this?
Listen, Mr. Journalist.
I'm asking you.
I am not appearing in this debate.
Can you today put your hand on your heart and say that the Congress party has never accepted any political donations from Mr. Ambani?
That you are not the behest of Anil Ambani and Adani and BJP government. You put a hand on your heart. I am not representing Congress party before this channel. I am not representing Congress party.
But you tell me, since you are so passionate about what is in the farm law, show me then. Yeah. Fine, you don't represent the Congress party. Show me where in the farm laws does it say that the farmers don't have a right to recourse. Can you show me?
Section and clause.
Section and clause. Just show it to me.
Yeah, we should go with that.
I think I have already requested you.
No, what do you mean requested me? Will you show it? I'll show you the procedure, but you show me first. You made the charge. What do you mean requested me? You don't come prepared for this debate. You will spew any amount of propaganda.
I am not sitting here to teach you farm law. I am not here to teach you farm law.
You are just here to spread fake news? Are you here to are you here to spread fake news?
You can prosecute me.
No, 1 second. Are you here to spread fake news, sir? Are you here only to do this? You have no responsibility for what you say. You have no responsibility for what you say. Okay. We will deal with Mr. Ehtesham Hashmi in just a few moments. I will pull out the right clause for you from the Farm Bill in just a few moments, and you will have egg on your face, viewers. I have just Googled it here. I'm pulling it out. It takes 30 seconds for us to download. Yes, I will deal with you, sir, on fact, and you will be left with no 1 minute. Okay, yaar. Relax, calm down. You only want to attack the anchors, you only want to attack the channel because you have no basis in fact. That's the problem. Nonetheless, now 1 second, Mr. Hashmi, you couldn't answer any of my questions. You put the onus on other people for the statements you make. This is bizarre. But nonetheless, we'll accept it from an ill-informed stooge of the Gandhi Godi. It's okay. Now wait. Let me bring in Dr. Sudhanshu Trivedi. Dr. Trivedi, would you like to respond to this stooge of the Gandhi Godi? Because he's so cavalier about insulting other people. I am now painting him in the insults that he throws around. So yes, Dr. Trivedi.
I just want to say, ये जिस ढंग से कहते हैं, तो ऐसा लगता है जिन दो लोगों के बारे में कह रहे हैं वो 2014 से पहले तो कहीं रेडी पटली लगाते थे. And after 2014, they suddenly become big businessmen. Would you like to remind वो कौन सी कंपनी थी जिसको परम आदरणीय सम्माननीय स्वर्गीय इंदिरा जी के जमाने में एक सिंगल रियॉन को, एक फैब्रिक को एक्सक्लूसिव राइट दिया गया था, बनाऊंगा भी मैं ही और बेचूंगा भी मैं ही और मुझसे खरीद के दूसरा भी नहीं बेच सकता. कौन था भाई वो कंपनी? मैं उसकी बात नहीं कर रहा हूं जो इंडोर पावर के जो कॉरिडोर्स में जो विस्पर्स होते थे, चंद्रशेखर की सरकार कैसे गिर गई थी. और ये बताइए, अभी जस्ट फ्यू इयर्स बैक कॉर्पोरेट लॉबिस्ट ये तय करते थे कि किस मिनिस्टर को कौन सा विभाग होगा. किसकी सरकार थी भाई? किसने कहा था कि कांग्रेस पार्टी तो अपनी दुकान है? ये मैं कहना चाहता हूं. और अभी राहुल ने आपको बताया कि एफसीआई के सबसे पहले प्रोक्योरमेंट किस कंपनी को दिया गया. अब मुझे बताइए ना. आई वॉन्ट ए क्लियर कट आंसर. आई वॉन्ट ए क्लियर कट आंसर. व्हाई यू हैव सपोर्ट टू वन कंपनी फॉर 2 decades and at the cost of what? जब मारुति थी तो उस जमाने में मुझे याद है
96 million
आप लोग की सारी पॉलिसी एक कंपनी के फेवर में होती थी.
Okay, now 1 minute. Now let me let's break this down, viewers. If the hard facts don't convince the lackeys of the Congress tonight, let us play out what Rahul Gandhi himself said. Let me play out what Rahul Gandhi himself said. I'm bringing in Smita Prakash also. If the 1 second, let's contradict point by point the lackeys of the Congress. If the hard facts don't convince you, then here Rahul Gandhi, as he backs policies that would help farmers cut out the middleman or the mandi system and sell to the private player directly. This was in 2015, but today, viewers, 5.5 years later, Rahul has changed his tune. Now listen to what Rahul Gandhi said. Let's play that out. Nizam bhai.
कुछ साल पहले यूपी में मेरा दौरा था और एक किसान ने मुझसे सवाल पूछा. मेरे पास आया और उसने कहा, राहुल जी आप एक बात हमें समझाइए. हम आलू बेचते हैं 2 रुपए किलो मगर जब हमारे बच्चे चिप्स खरीदते हैं तो 10 रुपए का पैकेट आता है, उसमें 1 आलू होता है। और किसान ने मुझसे पूछा, आप हमें बताइए ये क्या जादू हो रहा है। और मैंने उन किसानों से पूछा, आपको क्या लगता है इसका कारण क्या है? और उन्होंने कहा कि राहुल जी, इसका कारण यह है कि जो फैक्ट्रियां बनती हैं वो हमारे से दूर होती हैं। अगर हम डायरेक्टली अपना माल फैक्ट्री में बेच पाते तो जो बीच में से लोग पैसा ले जाते हैं, बिचौले, उनको फायदा नहीं होगा और पूरा पैसा हमें मिलेगा।
Now viewers, Hashmi is there. He's heard his boss cutting out the mandi and the middleman. Now let him hear my words as I expose him on the other big fact.
You have to...
Under Hashmi, now keep quiet. Under the FPTC Act for Farmer Trade Dispute, let me read out from the Act itself. For any dispute arising between the farmer and the trader, an application might be filed to the Sub-Divisional Magistrate SDM under Section 8(1), who shall be responsible for setting up a conciliation board to arrive at a mutually acceptable solution. Now, the conciliation board shall consist of a chairperson appointed by the SDM and either 2 or 4 persons, half each of which shall represent the parties in the dispute. So the farmer gets his representative equally, and so does the corporate or the buyer. Such other members shall be appointed by the chairperson on the recommendation of the parties, and in case the parties fail to make recommendations in 7 days, the appointment shall be done directly by the SDM. This is just the constitution of the panel. An appeal may be made if no settlement is achieved within 30 days from the setting up of the conciliation board to the SDM, acting as the sub-divisional authority in resolving the dispute as per Section 8(5). Further, an appeal can also be made from the order of the SDA, sub-divisional authority, within 30 days to the appellate authority, collector or additional collector, so nominated by the collector. What we learnt, viewers, is that if there is no resolution at both these levels, and that is also written here, it's a very long part, the SDM can be challenged before relevant High Court and the Supreme Court. Government can also step in for suo motu dispute resolution. Now, government has agreed to also let farmers approach district courts for the dispute resolution. That is also an additional promise that is made. Smita Prakash, these are the facts. What do you make of Rahul Gandhi's claims today?
Yeah, as you pointed out, there is a redressal mechanism. There are several clauses which you just read out the entire thing, but obviously facts are not something that Mr. Gandhi wanted to deal with. You know, it was just fear mongering, and I don't know whether anybody in his party told him that, you know, for a Gandhi family person to come in parliament and use that "Hum do hamare do" family planning slogan, it sends shivers down the spine of crores of Indians. He doesn't realize that. Anyway, he used it in a different term. But this fear-mongering of the private sector is so 60s and so 70s. I half expected Rahul Gandhi to come up with a cola called, you know, 77. You remember in the 70s? Because, you know, bad Pepsi, you know, they're making aloo se chips bana rahe hain, Coke bana rahe hain. You know, this is all, you know, or maybe tell us to watch TV on, say, Uptron, or buy t-shirts from National Textile Corporation while he was wearing Polo Ralph Lauren. You know, we're not Pakistan, we're not China, we're not even Russia. There is no oligarchy here, rule of the oligarchy. And if some people have a sense of low self-worth, they should leave it to themselves and keep it as an individual thing, not manifest it on all of us and make it into a collective thing. You know, lakhs of Indians today, they want to line up and take jobs in this very same corporates whom this Mr. Gandhi, and mind you, it's Mr. Gandhi and not the entire Congress party. You'll rarely hear many people people from the Congress party demonizing these very industrialists who Mr. Gandhi talks about. He even tweeted today, crony GV. Desh bech raha hai. Imagine Congress party talking about cronies. I mean, you just mentioned it in your intro too. And, to think that, that we have forgotten about the atrocities that happened during the 70s, the complete one family or few people who were decision makers, and this poor is pious, poverty is godliness. It is so last century, Rahul,
well, let
that
me tell
I wish
you,
Mr. Gandhi would realize that India has moved on, and he going on harping is not going to work.
This is all political positioning. He will immediately do a somersault like he has done in the past, and I just showed you that soundbite. He'll do it when he's in office, or when his Sarkar comes to, when his Congress party comes to power in the next few years, if he thinks that that's going to happen. Perhaps he believes that, and he's all very well entitled to do so. But Ashutosh Mishra, let me ask you, if Rahul believes the Mandi MSP system is so important to the farmer welfare, how does he explain his own party's manifesto which called for the repeal of APMCs as well as the Essential Commodity Act? Can you explain that to me?
Question today is not about what Congress and Rahul thinks. The question today is what are the farmers demanding?
No, why don't you answer this question? Because it's Rahul Gandhi who is spinning. One minute.
Narendra Modi never said that he will just be recycling Congress policies.
Ashutosh ji, Congress will repeal. Viewers, here it is. I'll show you. It's point 11 in the Congress manifesto. Congress will repeal the Agricultural Produce Marketing Committees Act and make trade in agricultural produce, including exports and interstate trade, free from all restrictions.
Not reform, repeal.
There you repeal rather. We'll repeal the agriculture. Repeal.
And if you care to listen to me, then what I am saying is that when the elections were held, Narendra Modi never said that he will recycle what Congress has been offering.
Okay.
Narendra Modi should have at that time made clear that he is going to present a poorer version of what Congress is doing. Now today, what we are seeing is the difference. Why do you think that Modi
today Congress party does not care for farmers? They are anti-farmers.
If you just talk about budget, in the budget itself, the PM Kisan Nidhi.
Okay, should I show you, sir, more proof of how MSP is going from strength to strength? Should I pull out? No, one second, Ashutosh. Are you saying that the MSP system has been abandoned? I'm asking you, has the MSP system been abandoned?
The answer has been given by the farmers who say that why don't you incorporate MSP as a part of law.
Okay, now let me show you.
Have already answered Narendra Modi.
Okay, let me bring it, Dr. Trivedi. Dr. Trivedi, can you explain to the gentleman why MSP is not being written into the law? This learned gentleman, Ashutosh ji, can you explain to him, sir, why your government doesn't want to write into the law MSP? सुन लीजिए सर, आपको थोड़ी एजुकेशन मिल जाएगी।
क्वेश्चन तो कांग्रेस मैनिफेस्टो में पूछा गया था, बीच में मोदी आ गए। Forget about Modi ji. You clearly, categorically say that whatever is written in the Congress manifesto, you agree to it or not. Whatever is written in our manifesto, we are having a firm conviction about it. What is your take? First answer it.
Why do you time and again keep talking about Congress and Congress manifesto?
अरे आप बताइए ना, आप कांग्रेस को रिप्रेजेंट कर रहे हो, not representing BJP.
Your नीति, your नियत, आपकी नियत में शक है, नियत पे आपकी शक है, आप उठाए जा रहे हैं,
Okay.
आपको पैसे,
अच्छा चलिए,
आशुतोष जी मैं आपसे एक सवाल पूछूं, आप बहुत जानते हैं ना, मैं आपसे एक सवाल पूछूं, देखिए व्यूअर्स, both these two panelists, Ashutosh on one side and Ehtesham Hashmi on the other, are shooting off someone else's shoulder. They are not answering the question. I've exposed them on the right to repeal, right to appeal. Farmers have read out the law, chapter and verse. It's very long. Please, one minute, Ashutosh. Okay, racket नहीं करना sir, racketeer नहीं बनो. Racketeer मत बनो sir, please calm down. Let's have a civilized debate. Don't become a racketeer. Racket नहीं करिए, please relax. 2 सेकंड. Facts नहीं है, कोई बात नहीं. चीख चिंघाड़ते हैं. आप पार्लियामेंट से अच्छी अच्छी चीजें सीख के आए हैं, कोई बात नहीं, अब रिलैक्स कीजिए, डोंट बिकम अ रैकेटियर, डोंट बिकम अ रैकेटियर। अरे सर शांत हो जाइए, डोंट बिकम अ रैकेटियर सर, डोंट बिकम अ रैकेटियर। व्हाई आर यू मेकिंग अ रैकेट ऑन द चैनल? I'm speaking to you, I'm asking you a question, you won't answer the question. When I'm asking you now to listen to the facts, you will start shouting. Racketeering nahi kariye. Relax. Calm down 1 second. Don't become a racketeer. 30 seconds. 30 seconds. Sir, give me time, no? Please, sir, let me put out the facts. Since you want to constantly ask me for the facts, then indulge me a little bit. So let me tell you, it's very important, viewers, to understand a couple of things. Today, these people are saying that the Congress party might have said something in the past. Today, they're entitled to say something in the present. Yeah, they are. They're entitled to make a flip. But they're not entitled to spread myths. So when they say that the MSP has been waived off, Rahul Gandhi has said this, and we're going to go across to Parliament. Smriti Irani is going to be fashioning the response from the BJP side, point by point rebuttal to Rahul Gandhi in just 2-3 minutes. Viewers, it's important to remember that MSP has actually been increased. The Prime Minister himself has said that the MSP cannot be removed. And on the point of why it has not been written into the law, it's very simple, viewers. You can't keep amending a law. You can't fix the rate for MSP for perpetuity into the future. How do you know what the rate will be in 5 years? Basic elementary understanding of economics will tell you you cannot fix a rate for years to come. The government has already made a commitment to the farmer that if you want, we will give it to you in writing that we will continue with the MSP regime. I'm taking a very short break. We're coming back to Shehzad Poonawalla and Smriti Irani. Stay with me. And tried in his own way to set the record straight on the farm laws. The BJP responded by saying that he is injecting a double dose of MSP into the debate on the farm laws. According to the BJP, the MSP stands for myth, spin and propaganda. We were asking Mr. Ehtesham Hashmi in the first half of the show why Rahul Gandhi is misleading the country on the fact that farmers will have no recourse to the law if those who they are entering into contracts with default on the terms. He had no idea. He couldn't give me an answer. He accused me and abused me and then said, you supply the facts. And I did. We pulled out the law and we showed that farmers had recourse under the law. They will also be able to go to the district courts, beyond that the high courts, if they are not happy with the SDM's resolution. Of course, that has become a habit now with all these racketeers who want to shout and scream on the channel but don't have facts. They're poorly researched because there are no facts. So, viewers, I'm bringing in Shehzad Poonawalla. Shehzad Poonawalla, I just want to ask you this question because this is often said that, oh, you know, MSP is not being written into the law. How do you respond to this?
Well, Rahul, you know, Rahul Gandhi was known for Aloo ki factory, but today he is known for Jhoot ki factory and for a toolkit of lies. He said Zameen chali jayegi, MSP chala jayega, Mandi chali jayegi. Can they show one provision that deals with MSP or with Mandis being abolished? Not at all, because MSP can never be written in the law. Like you rightly said, it's given for a certain amount of crops at a certain price, which is keeping on fluctuating. So how can you write it in a law at the present moment? Because
how many
tomorrow,
crops is it given
it is given for 23 crops as per the CACP.
Just 23
crops, and it only benefits 6% of farmers. Now let's assume that even if the 3 laws are repealed, let's assume that position. Will all 94% of farmers who are not getting MSP start getting MSP? Will MSP be given for Aloo and Sabji also? No, it won't be given because that is not given even right now. Is Rahul Gandhi committing to that? No, because Rahul Gandhi is a serial liar who only has one MSP, myth, spin and propaganda. Now let me tell you, if this is a Kala law, Kala Kanun, what Sudhanshu Trivedi's government is bringing, Punjab law actually talks about contract farming where the
farmer will be imprisoned and will be fined 5 lakh rupees. Is that not a Kala law? It is still existing in Punjab. What about the Punjab report of 2020? Forget that. What about the 2019 manifesto you rightly pointed out? Point number 11, repeal APMC. Point number 21, repeal Essential Commodities Act. 2012, Manmohan Singh stands up.
Essential Commodities Act also. Repeal that.
It says, and I'll quote.
Rahul Gandhi was just saying that this government wants to repeal
Essential Commodities Act is an age of control. It belongs to the age of control, says the manifesto. 2012, MMS Manmohan Singh stands up and says we need to reform and amend the APMC. Hooda Committee report 2010 says that APMC needs to be reformed, middlemen need to be done away with. 2018, 2019, Congress and Samajwadi Party, part of the Standing Committee of Agriculture, which actually proposed these reforms. 2012, Kapil Sibal stands up in Parliament. 2015, Rahul Gandhi stands up in Parliament, advocates for direct buying of the farmers' produce from by the factory owners and by private players. These people are rhetoric GVs, they are U-turn GVs. This is just a ruse of doing Kisan. This Kisan is a bahana. Actually, inko siyasat hai chamkana. This is more about saving their own land. And I want to ask Mr. Ghanshyam Tiwari. He's a learned man. He says that there's no right to appeal. Ghanshyam Tiwari, Article 32, Article 226. These give right to go to Supreme Court and High Court. These are fundamental rights. Can they ever be taken away, whether or not mentioned in a law? In fact, now the government is conceding and saying that you can even go to the civil court. So what is the problem?
Let me add another fact. Mr. Ghanshyam Tiwari, in the state of Uttar Pradesh, according to a 2016 Niti Aayog report, a study there, 28% of farmers in Uttar Pradesh sell at MSP, 63% trade in the open market, while 8% keeps grains for self-consumption. Go ahead, sir. Respond. Shahzad has asked you some questions.
Well, in the tone of hum do, hamare do, baki sabko bech do, this government has exposed itself in the face of the farm laws. As far as this debate goes, I just want to read 14 subclause 3, where it says that the resolution that every order passed by subdivisional authority under this section shall have the same force as a decree of a civil court. The question is why? Why do you want the farmer to go and bend behind in front of an SDM who can have direct orders from the state? You know how easy it is for a chief minister like Adityanath to transfer.
Are the orders of the SDM appealable in a high court? Are they appealable in a high court?
Please,
yes or no?
I was not interrupting you.
You said there was no recourse. Are they appealable in a high court? I'm asking you a pointed question. Are they appealable in a high court or in a higher court?
Have some basic courtesy. I was not interrupting.
No, answer the question. Because you're stopping at the SDM. Even if the SDM gives a colored verdict. 1 second. Ghanshyam Tiwari, even if the SDM gives a colored verdict, let's assume that all SDMs will give colored verdicts.
Yeah.
Do the farmers have a... No, 1 second. Do they have a recourse in the court of a land, a district court, and a high court, and a Supreme Court? Do they or do they not? Arey bhai, jawab dijiye.
In those years from Shehzad Poonawalla, why should he interrupt my
I'm asking you.
I waited for 35 minutes to get my one sentence.
See, don't cry victim. You were in the JDU, which did not have the government remove the APMC Act in Bihar. In 2005, you served as a chamcha of Nitish Kumar. Don't get personal with me, Ghanshyam Tiwari. Answer the question. If the SDM order is a malicious one, can the farmer appeal even in the old structure of the law? Don't get personal with me, Ghanshyam Tiwari. You are an advisor of the Chief Minister that did away with the APMC Act. Now come on and answer the question. If you have facts, keep the facts. Were the orders of the SDM appealable, yes or no? That's the question.
Allow me to complete. Don't interrupt.
Answer the question. You went to Harvard. I know you don't believe in hard work. Answer the question.
On November 20, 2020, the Times Now had a headline. TimesNowNews.com has a headline. Gautam Adani tips Mukesh Ambani in wealth addition in 2020. Economic Times says that Gautam Adani's wealth grows the most in 2020. Another article on Business Insider says that Gautam Adani's wealth tripled in last 4 years.
Adani and Ambani were given 1 lakh crore loans by the UPA government, sir. They were given loans up to 1 lakh crores by the UPA government.
No, 1 second. There's a very simple answer to all of this. If you're saying this, sir, it might be true. But under the National Herald case, I want to bring in Smita Prakash. Smita Prakash, there was also a huge increment in the wealth of a particular family. That matter is in a court of law today, and I'm talking about the National Herald case. And taxes were due to the government. Are we now to assume that any company that is profitable?
This.
Hello. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. This is what it is. This demonizing of any profit-making company, this demonizing of wealth makers, this is such a deeply entrenched socialistic bias that has really pulled down this country for decades. That industrialists are demons and the poor are godly because they are poor. So stay poor. This is what it is. And the fact is that India has nurtured entrepreneurs in this country for years. Tata,
but let me tell
Birla,
you,
Godrej,
Smita Prakash,
and
that
yes,
Samajwadi Party,
Narayan Murthy,
the Samajwadi Party,
these are all villains today. They have given employment to crores, Rahul, crores of Indians.
Yes,
Samajwadi used to hobnob with Anil Ambani. This man comes and lectures me about Mukesh Ambani.
And what about their Rajya Sabha nominees? There were no industrialists, sir, amongst your Rajya Sabha nominees?
So is this a defense of times?
I'm asking you, sir, I'm asking you a question. Since you believe that all businessmen are atrocious people, that they're all colored, and they're all, sir, in crony, they are deep, they're deep into crony capitalism. Can I ask you?
Is this a defense of
Can I ask you? Can I ask you a question?
Mr. Tiwari, today you and I have... there is a middle class in this India because of these industrialists. There is a middle class in India because these industrialists have set up industries and given jobs. That is the reason you are probably as a lawyer representing them. We in the media have benefited because of liberalization, because these industrialists are sponsoring all these TV channels, and that is why we have a good media in this country. We have a good thriving middle class in this country. We can actually think of owning homes in this country.
Then do we expect
what are you talking about? The flats that you people are seeing in all of urban India? Where did that come from? Where are the cars coming from? Because of industrialists. Stop demonizing industrialists in this country.
Smita, 1 second. This Samajwadi Party spokesperson, this JDU jumper, is talking about crony capitalism. Camera person, isko zoom kijiye and let this man identify the people in this picture. I'm happy to play. I'm happy to test the general knowledge of
let's zoom on this.
This serial party hopper should understand this man who supported the APMC being done away when he was in the JDU, then jumped to the Samajwadi Party. Here, can you identify your father and son of your party with Anil Ambani? हाथ में हाथ डाल के saying कि अनिल अंबानी तो मेरा भाई है. ये पिक्चर देख सकते हो. घनश्याम तिवारी देख लो, तिवारी ये अपनी फोटो देख लो अपनी पार्टी की.
Well, viewers,
next time, don't get personal with me. Please answer your own question. You all wanted to give everything to Anil Ambani.
Okay. Well, viewers, let's listen in very quickly. I believe that Smriti Irani is speaking in the House, and she's responding to Rahul Gandhi. Let's just cut in for a few moments and listen to what she's saying.
किसान का बार बार उल्लेख करने वाले सज्जन, इन्होंने सदन के बाहर जब प्रेस को संबोधित किया था एक प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस में, तो कहा था प्रधानमंत्री को चेतावनी देता हूं कि शहरों में आग लग जाएगी. बार बार देश की कृषि मंत्री ने कहा, साहब बताइए तो वो कौन सा क्लॉज है जिस पर चर्चा करनी है. वो क्लॉज कभी नहीं बताया गया. झूठ बोला गया कि एमएसपी का ऑपरेशन बंद हो जाएगा. वित्त मंत्री ने अपने वित्तीय भाषण में कहा कि एमएसपी की तुलनात्मक क्या क्या आंकड़े हैं. मैं आज कहती हूं, कपास में 2013-14 में मात्र 90 करोड़ की खरीद की यूपीए की सरकार ने. मोदी सरकार ने कपास के अंतर्गत 26,000 करोड़ की खरीद करके दिखाया. और जो सज्जन इस सदन में किसानों की दुहाई देते हैं महोदय, 2013-14 में जब उनकी सरकार थी, इधर भी उधर भी, तब एमएसपी का लाभ मात्र 500 किसानों को मिला एक पूरे गृह क्षेत्र में. एक ऐसा लोकसभा क्षेत्र जिससे 3 जिले जुड़े हैं, वहां पर 500 किसानों को एमएसपी के ऑपरेशन का लाभ दिया इस व्यक्ति ने, जो बजट पे चर्चा नहीं करना चाहता. सदन में एक वक्तव्य ऐसा आया जिसे सुनकर सोचने पर सदन का हर सदस्य मजबूर हो गया कि एक व्यक्ति झूठ की नींव पर खड़ा असत्य की और कितनी इमारतें बना सकता है. उस व्यक्ति ने सदन की गरिमा का बिल्कुल ख्याल ना रखते हुए इस सदन द्वारा संवैधानिक तरीके से पारित कानून को काला कहा. संविधान की अवहेलना करना इस सज्जन के लिए नई बात नहीं है। इस सदन में बजट के ऊपर चर्चा करना उन्हें स्वीकार नहीं। इस बात को देखकर कई लोग हतप्रभ रहे होंगे कि चर्चा बजट से संबंधित है तो बजट पर व्यक्ति क्यों ना बोले, लेकिन शायद मंशा यह है कि यह बजट भारत को आत्मनिर्भर बनाने का बजट है। यह बजट भारत को जोड़ने का बजट है। और जिन लोगों ने दिल्ली में भारत के टुकड़े होने के नारे का समर्थन किया, वो भारत को समर्पित इस बजट का समर्थन कभी नहीं कर पाए। मैं अचंभित थी सभापति महोदय जब उस व्यक्ति ने किसान की दुहाई दी और आरोप मढ़ा इस सरकार पर। अचंभित इसलिए क्योंकि जिस क्षेत्र के वो निवर्तमान सांसद हैं, उस क्षेत्र में मंडी व्यवस्था की वो चर्चा करते हैं, चिंता करते हैं, लेकिन पूर्ण रूप से उस प्रदेश में क्या व्यवस्थाएं हैं उसके बारे में कभी चर्चा में शामिल नहीं होते।
Smriti Irani bringing out more contradictions. Of course, that would be the BJP's response. But Dr. Sudhanshu Trivedi, I just want to ask you very, very quickly this question that keeps coming up. Why is it that your party has not written in MSP into the law? I think you're on mute, sir. I think you might be on mute.
Somebody...
Yeah, go ahead. Yes, we can hear you. Yes.
If somebody is saying that they are not having belief in the guarantee of the government, they want a law, I just want to ask you a question. MSP किसमें मिलेगी? रुपए में मिलेगी ना? तो ये रुपी क्या है? The 100 rupee note is a law or a guarantee of the government. It is written, मैं धारक को 100 रुपए देने का वचन देता हूं। चेक में मिलेगा ना? चेक is a law enacted by parliament of the guarantee. फिर भी गारंटी में तो लेना पड़ रहा है। इसलिए बहुत साफ है कि इस तरह की बातें पूरी तरीके से केवल भ्रम फैलाने के लिए की जा रही है। फाइनली आई वुड लाइक टू आस्क Randeep Surjewala has said that the central government is not having authority to pass the law. Then why you are agitating against central government? Why the state government is not passing the law that MSP, they can declare anything as crime. Like we have declared that forceful conversion as crime. You can declare MSP selling at lesser price than MSP is crime. Why not doing in your own government? And the contract farming is going on in Maharashtra. And when NCP Congress was in power, and now both of these parties along with Shiv Sena are in power, and the Maha Aghadi is agitating against the movement. अरे भाई अगर आप अगेंस्ट में है तो कैबिनेट की बैठक बुलाइए और खत्म कर दीजिए कॉन्ट्रैक्ट फार्मिंग को. You are having contract farming, your family members are getting the contract, और दिल्ली में उठा के झंडा उठाए.
Okay, Ashutosh, if you are so worried about giving MSP to farmers, state governments can easily do it. You know the law, I'm sure.
The problem here, Rahul, is that BJP, जहाँ ये सत्ता में है वहाँ भी ये किसान के साथ नहीं है और जहाँ विपक्ष में है वहाँ भी किसान के साथ नहीं है. अरे इतनी इनको किसान की
सवाल का जवाब दीजिए ना. बीजेपी को छोड़िए, आज तो सत्ता में कैप्टन अमरिंदर सिंह की सरकार है, राजस्थान में गहलोत की सरकार है. आशुतोष जी, 1 minute. आशुतोष जी, Mr. Ashutosh, listen to the question. Maybe you didn't hear the question.
Because they don't trust BJP any longer. Let's remember what Narendra Modi had said when he brought in demonetization.
Sir, if they didn't trust the BJP, why did Bihar vote for the NDA?
Their policies.
Ek minute, Ashutosh ji, 1 second. Let's get into this.
And I was just listening to.
Can you listen to me?
Talk about demonizing.
Sir, can you listen to me?
Demonizing.
Ashutosh, can you hear me?
But the worshipping of industrialists by BJP.
Ashutosh, can you hear me?
So dangerous.
Can you hear me? I'm only asking you this question. Forget the BJP. Yes, it's a terrible, terrible sarkar. They hate farmers. But your Congress party loves them. Captain Amarinder Singh is in Punjab. There is a chief minister in Chhattisgarh from the Congress party. There is a chief minister in Rajasthan from the Congress party. Write the MSP into law in these states, in Maharashtra also. Write it into the law. What's stopping you? At least you can be seen as the safeguard.
And whenever these governments
वो तो बात की बात है ना, अभी क्यों नहीं कर देते?
So whenever these state governments bringing in a pro-farmers law, the governor stops it. And in any case,
what are you saying? He can't stop it beyond. No, don't you know basic civics, sir?
They will interfere there also.
No, don't you know basic civics?
में इनको दिक्कत नहीं है तो
आप बताइए किस सरकार ने, किस कांग्रेस सरकार ने एमएसपी का लॉ लाया है जहां पर गवर्नर ने ब्लॉक किया है? मुझे बता दीजिए
कि कितनी कांग्रेस सरकारों।
अच्छा मेरी बात तो सुनिए,
कानून बनाने से।
अच्छा मेरी बात सुनिए आशुतोष जी, मिस्टर मिश्रा,
छत्तीसगढ़, राजस्थान,
मिस्टर मिश्रा,
कई बार तो गवर्नर जो है उनको लाने, उनसे जो है कानून लाने में भी रोक लगा।
Okay, Mr. Mishra, 1 minute. Mr. Mishra, okay, fine. The governor is a bad person. But Mr. Mishra, listen to me. Answer the question. Which state government of the Congress party has brought the law on MSP? Can you name me any of them? Which state government of the Congress party has brought the law on MSP? Can you name?
Hello.
हाँ बताइए सर, सुनाई नहीं दे रहा, मुश्किल हो रही है।
आपने अभी बताया कि सबसे ज्यादा एमएसपी पे हुआ है पंजाब में, और अगर आप ये देखें तो ये सरकार लगातार किसानों को खालिस्तानी।
अरे मैं आपसे ये पूछ रहा हूँ कि किस स्टेट गवर्नमेंट ने कांग्रेस वाली स्टेट गवर्नमेंट ने एमएसपी का लॉ लागू किया है या पास किया है? मुझे आप ये बता दीजिए। ओ सुनाई नहीं दे रहा होगा। माय क्वेश्चन इज नॉट इजीली अंडरस्टैंडेबल। ओके, सो व्यूअर्स, द आंसर इज वंस अगेन इट कम्स बैक टू मी टू पुट डाउन द hard facts on the ground. Zero. Not one Congress state government has moved a bill in their legislatures. They have not even called a special session to do it, to pass an MSP law. Not one. Why? You got to ask yourself that question. Maybe because, and I'll play out Kapil Sibbal's remarks, maybe because they are actually not in favor of this system. Let's play out Kapil Sibbal's remarks as we leave. Play it out.
किसान को उसका जो वो बोता है उसका दाम अच्छा मिलना चाहिए, यही है। अब ये साबित हो गया कि वेस्ट बंगाल में उसको दाम ज्यादा मिलता है मार्केट प्राइस से, ये तो तय हो गया, हमने उदाहरण दे दिया। दूसरी बात, जो 35 जब किसान बोता है और बेचना जाता है तो उसके पास कोई मार्केट नहीं है, उसको मालूम नहीं किस मार्केट में जाना है। अगर मंडी जाता है तो 35 से 40% सामान खराब हो जाता है, और इस बीच में 8 लोग कमीशन एजेंट होते हैं, बीच में 8 कमीशन एजेंट बिचौलिए। और ये स्टडीज की गई हैं और मेरे पास आंकड़े हैं कि बेचारे किसान को 15 से 17% 15 से 17% जो माल मार्केट में बिकता है उसका केवल 15 से 17% किसान को जाता है, बाकी बिचौलियों को चले जाता है। तो आप विपक्ष के नेता और विपक्ष दलों को यह तय करना है कि वो किसान के साथ हैं या बिचौलिए के साथ हैं।
Viewers, QED, Kapil Sibbal saying that mandis are rotten. Farmers only in mandis get 15 to 17% of the return. The rest all goes to commission agents. And now Rahul Gandhi says we must strengthen the mandi system. Make up your minds, Congress party. Sibbal says, make up your mind on who you want to be with, the commission agent, the middleman, or the farmers. Rahul Gandhi, the choice is yours. Maybe you should confer with Kapil Sibbal, have a deep conversation and understand why he said what he said a few years ago. And Ashutosh, while you are listening, maybe you can go with Rahul Gandhi also and get a few pearls of wisdom from Mr. Sibbal. I leave it at that, viewers.